Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? I bought CAN yesterday. Hot sector. I bought it yesterday here when it took out the highs of the day. Late day. That's when I bought it. These coin stocks, they're all going. MSTR, SI, Riot, and Mara. You know, they're all. This CAN just, you know, it's coming off. It had a big run, pulled back, digested, been building higher lows for like a month and a half, and you know, and yesterday it had above normal volume. So it was a good risk reward, and today it's gapping up. So I moved my stop to yesterday's close pretty much. I also bought some NIO, or not some, it's like my second biggest position after Tesla, I guess. That's, you know, the large mega cap stocks and the EV. That's the theme for now. And this was literally one of the very few stocks that had a good setup. I also bought this NXTD yesterday when it took out the highs of the day, late day, and now this one is gapping down. So, okay. Mara had a really ugly close. Oh, that's an ugly high volume candle. Oh yeah, they had an offering, right? Or they had an effect. Okay, I guess that's what's holding it down. I covered the tan short late day, closed very strong, bounced off the 10-day. I'm not gonna, you know, it's still front sides. It's still above all these moving averages on the daily, on the 60-minute. There's no reason to be short something like this. It's different from something like TNA that's still below the 10-day moving average, for example, and it's still kind of building lower highs on the 60-minute. Soxol from yesterday, Spice, had a pretty decent day. Fuse is also an entry from yesterday. You know, a crypto SPAC or something like that, I don't know. Could go. TTD is still weak. It's building some higher lows above the 50, but it's also, you know, it's below the moving averages on the 60, so we'll see. It could very easily have another leg lower, and if it bounces, well, you know, I have a trailing stop. CrowdStrike is also surfing the 10 for now, but we'll see how these things close today. If this close strong, I may cover them. If they close weak, I'm gonna keep them. Tesla was the outperformer yesterday. Just keeps grinding. I think this thing keeps grinding to 800 plus. And as long as Tesla is going up, I think this market is, you know, it's speculation money is on. But when Tesla starts going down, that's, I think, could be trouble for a lot of stocks that had made big runs. DQ looks good. This one is gapping up. Okay, so let's look at what do we have here. BNGO. I hope this thing goes to $4 or $5. It's gonna be a. Oh my God! It traded 800 million shares yesterday. Holy shit! The volume on this thing, insane. Anywho, I hope this thing goes to $4 or $5. Last time it had a big run was October last year. It went from similar like this time. It went from like 55 cents to almost $5 in one session. This time the float is probably much higher. This thing had a low float back then. Now it has like almost 200 million shares. So it's a slow mover, or not, well, relatively. But you know, if it can go back to $4 or $5, or get to 4 or 5, it's gonna be a really good short candidate. I'm not gonna touch it today probably. Blink, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this one. I don't see anything here. Tan, not really excited for anything today. I'm still watching these ARK ETFs, this ARKG surfing the 20. If it loses the 20, yeah, there could be a short setup there. ARKK also. I sold this AVPT for a small loss yesterday. It didn't go. Or actually a tiny loss since it was a microscopic position. Roku still looks vulnerable. It breaks down here, it loses the 20. You could go to the 50. But again, there's nothing I'm super excited about. I'm just gonna see what happens, what triggers. Yeah, good luck everyone. Also, if you had any questions, you can ask them in about 30 minutes when the market calms down. I didn't have time to answer any of those. Gold related things keep hitting highs. Roku is weak. QS is fading. Next target is a 20-day. I'm still pissed I only got filled like less than half size. Oh, looks like I got stopped out of this fuse. All right. This fuse, this is mostly me selling. I I guess I did a little bit more too much size on it. Oh god. I just pushed it down 3% by myself. Ugh. Yeah, I did a bit too much size on it. Laser, what's on with laser? Yeah, laser looks great. Laser looks great. Could be a big opportunity coming up if it gets tightens up. DMTK parabolic short. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, opening range. Yeah, sorry, lows was the entry. It's a bit too late now. Was FCX a good buy yesterday? It was a good setup yesterday. Yes, it was a good setup. CLNE and Tilray. Are they any good? Yeah, CLNE is setting up. A few more days, it's gonna be a really good setup. Tilray. Yeah, Tilray doesn't look too bad. I tried Tilray a few sessions ago actually, but it looks even better now. It's not. I mean, on the weekly, this thing is. Yeah, this thing could go. I kind of like it. I like this Tilray. Oh, is Bingo already fading? Come on, hold up. Oh, Riot looks extremely good. So far I got stopped out of that little coins back, and I did get into this Arc G short. Maybe I'll do Arc K too. So Arc G is now losing the 20. And I think the next target could be the 50-day, maybe even the 100 if we're gonna get a real washout. So we'll see. Okay, Solars look like they are gonna go. Keep going. Oh my God, Celsius! I'm right now. I'm drinking Nocco and I'm looking at the Celsius stock. I sold it. Where did I sold the Celsius? Like 37s maybe? 38s? Something like that. Because it was like 1% of my overall portfolio. I didn't want to manage. Like I don't like, you know, tiny positions in my portfolio. I'm not a fan. You end up with too many. That's why I sold it. That's the only reason. It didn't violate any sell rules. None of that. Oh well. And this Baidu, congrats to those who took Baidu yesterday. I was a bit skeptical. I would have, you know, preferred the 20-day to catch up a little bit more, but man, that Baidu, what a breakout. Really beautiful. I was a bit skeptical, but great for those who did it. Great for those who did take it. Yeah, technically I didn't show my P&L. Technically I didn't. Sometimes I show the P&L on the stream, and usually the market tanks in the next few days. But this time I just, you know, I didn't show the P&L. I just said it. So I don't know if it's gonna have the same impact on the markets. We'll find out, I guess. Yeah, CDL, the silver, gold name. CD, I don't see anything there, but yeah, they're all. Oh, now gold is fading. Yeah, getting rejected here for now. Yeah, it's getting rejected on a 20 weekly and a 100 daily right now. It needs to reclaim this area, and I'm gonna go heavily along this Nugget and JNUG. These triple gold miner ETFs. DPW is waking up again. This NOG is really beautiful. Too thin. Oh my god! These ARK ETFs are going straight down. JWN shook you out yesterday? How could this JWN have shaken you out yesterday? It never took out the lows of the day. It didn't even go red on the day. How could it shake you out? Yeah, too tight. That's why you put stop on your lows of the day. There's a reason for it. The XPEL bounce, XPEL off 20 day. If it can go sideways another week or so, could be a nice flag here. Right now it's too early. FRHC. No, it's not a flag yet. Needs to go sideways. The 20 day needs to hold up, catch up. DQ. Well, DQ, we are already in it. DQ was an entry like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't see a good setup right now. Or, yeah, maybe there's gonna be a setup later. Yeah, next week, maybe late next week, later next week. Oh yeah, JWN going. Okay, the cruise lines I sold are now tanking. Very good. Whew. I sold them before they hit my stop because I needed to clean up my portfolio a bit. What are the airlines doing? UAL, AAL? Okay, they're kind of fading too. Yeah, I mean, like I've been cautious for a while. I just don't like the action. It's very mixed. Some stocks have been going up, but most stocks have been stalling and just, you know, become sluggish. I'm gonna, where is this Roku? I'm gonna add the Roku short if it starts taking out the lows of the day. You know, this thing could also very easily pull back to the 50 or maybe even the 100 day. I don't know where Blink is here. KC. Yeah, KC needs the 50 day to catch up a little bit. It needs to be a better chart. XBEV. Yeah, I don't see. LI and XBEV, there's no setups. If you like these stocks, NIO was the entry yesterday. If you like the China EVs, NIO was the one. These are laggards. These things are lagging as hell. And they're running into some resistance levels. QEP. Yeah, a lot of oil and gas stocks look like this, like high tide flags. Yeah, it looks good. It does look good. It does look good. Okay, what do we have? QS. I hope it hits the 20 day today. I'm not gonna hold QS short over the weekend. It's a 3-day weekend, and it's a pretty expensive borrow. I'm just not gonna hold it. There's no way. No way I'm gonna hold it. So I really hope it fades big today to like $80 or something. I know I said I'm not gonna cover a single share above 80, but you know, just a borrow. I don't have I have a pretty expensive borrow on it. ARKG is straight down. Nice. NIO straight up. Okay, Roku. Damn, should I short it? I'm trying it. Trying some. I haven't mentioned Futu today. There's no reason to mention Futu today. It broke out yesterday of the 50-day bounce. Yesterday was the setup. Yeah, Zoom has been laggard for several months now. It broke down the 20. Look at how nice. Look at this moving average. Okay, this is how momentum stocks move. Like the 10, 20, and 50 are so important. Look at how the 20 and 50 were support on the way up. You see this 20 and 50, right? And now the 20-day was resistance here, and the 50-day was resistance there, right? And now these things act as resistance on the way down. These are the areas where they find resistance. On the way up, that's where they find support. On the way down, that's where they find resistance. These things are so important. Like really, they work really well. Like most indicators are crap. No indicator works all the time, but these moving averages on the right type of stock, they work so well. It's almost like cheating, a little bit. As close to cheating as you can get. It really is. You can trade them so many ways. Just have to be a little bit creative. This Fubo is interesting. Could potentially be a bounce play. Could be. I would, yeah, maybe. Could. It's actually back to the level we initially bought it on the breakout. Also to the level where that guy shorted it because of fundamentals. Is ONCT a good setup? It's an okay. Yeah, it's a decent setup. Yeah, it is. ANT is starting to move. This thing is so thin. Jesus Christ. Can dipped a little bit out of the gate. Now it looks like it's grinding back to highs. Mara is holding the 10-day for now. Riot is at all-time highs. Or, well, not all-time highs, but new highs. NXT, these digesting the gap down well, just went green, looks like. Well, many of the growth names are kind of weak. But, GBTC looks insanely good. I hope Bitcoin goes sideways over this 3-day weekend, so we're gonna have a nice little flag on this GBTC to add to. I would love to add another 50, 100,000 shares to it. Or maybe not 100. I already have a decent position, but 50. Yes, I'm short CrowdStrike. I am. Silicon. Yeah, it's another one of these oil gas related, like, yeah. They're all setting up. There's a lot of setups in oil gas. That's where the most setups are right now. I'm probably gonna do the ETF, just the ETF, like truckload of this instead of the individual names, but and also maybe OIH also. Maybe for next week, yeah. Time to get used to other type of sectors, not just the tech and the internet related stocks. Maybe. Oh, CAN. Looks like it's taking out highs now. Very good. CrowdStrike is holding up well. Oh, Roku. Oh, it almost stopping me out here. Oh, that was quick. Found support above the 20-day. Oops. KSS being an ass? What do you mean? Looks great. Short Baba? Nah, I don't know. Not my type of setup. What scan did you find CAN in? It wasn't in a scan, it's one of my theme watch lists. I keep track of all the Bitcoin related names. That's where I found it. Didn't pop up on his scan. Yeah, Baba is a slower name. PLTR. Yeah, Palantir is weak, yeah. Is Snow also weak? Yeah, Snow is weak too. QEP, yeah, looks good. Oh yeah, Gush is another one, oil gas related ETF. Gonna keep tracking this one too. Is Saber going from the breakout? It's kinda not really going yet. It's kinda, you know, building higher lows. Not really exciting yet. SBE. Yeah, not looking that good right now, but if it can hold here, yeah, could be a better setup next week. Or could be a good setup later next week. Yeah, Fubo, ideal scenario. This thing gets to the 50-day, it fades today and then gaps down on Monday. This thing could have a very big bounce. Right now, it's just in the middle of nowhere. I don't see a big edge on it right now. It was a while ago we got a really good bounce play. Well, there has been some, but I haven't done them. Which one was it? Was it like INO maybe? No. mRNA? No, mRNA, I just looked at it. Which one was it? Had a big bounce. Oh, Laser was the one. Had a big move higher, big move down, and then it bounced off the 20 and made a 75% move in like a week when it bounced off the 20. That was it. That was a big one. QS, which one? But QS never had a breakdown. QS has been front side this whole time. Like it's been a bouncing off the 10. SOLCF. Well, this is an extremely illiquid stock. You know, there's no need to ever trade something like this. It's too illiquid. But yeah, the setup is okay. It's a weed, yeah. How do you time your exits? Use some kind of an intraday moving average, like the 10, 20 EMAs on the 60 minute or 65 EMA or something like that. And obviously sell into strength. Oh, this thing is starting to move. This thing had no volume out of the gate when I tried to buy it. Oh, it's getting some volume here. Oh yeah, Roku, I got stopped out. Took a small loss on it. It's holding up very well. Come on, QS, get to 80 bucks. Get to the 20-day today. ARKK, bouncing off the 20. Yeah, for now, yep. It's definitely stronger than this ARKG, which is below the 20. What is this? Revolution, Genomic Revolution. Okay, so these are genomic stocks. And these are just innovation, I don't know, tech stocks, I guess. Yeah, department stores and oil. Those are the ones we got yesterday. KSS. What was the other one? I don't even remember. Maxer. Let's see. No, it's not a good looking flag. It's not a good looking flag. VNTR, the breakout was yesterday when it broke out of this range. FLGT needs to tighten up. It's a very sloppy one. It's all over the place. It needs to tighten up. Do I have a central news feed for the news? Most of it is from Fly on the Wall and Twitter. Nope, unfortunately I'm not short mRNA. Why? Because I covered it because, you know, when it looked like it was gonna bounce off the 20. That's when I covered it. Yeah, I need to work on my patience, I guess. Then I never reshorted it. Oh well. MGNI, yeah, it looks. Yeah, it doesn't want to go down. It looks very strong. Oh my god, this thing is going. Oh my god, what? Now the volume is coming in. This thing had no volume. Like, oh my god, when I started buying it, I bought a tiny amount of shares, and even I canceled my order, so I only have like 2/3 of the shares I wanted. And now the volume is coming in. Okay. I found it on Twitter, pre-market. I saw it was gapping. I saw someone tweeting about it. It's I don't know. It's something to do with blockchain. That's why I bought it. These things can go low float. You know, these things can really make moves. Oh, it's AMCN. Oh, that ticker. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So they changed the name. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You know, low float and blockchain. If you haven't noticed, blockchain related stocks are the hottest stocks right now. And you know, if you have a very hot sector, even the shittiest stocks are gonna make bigger moves than the best stocks in a not very hot sector. That's how it is. That's how it works. You gotta be in the hot sectors. Obviously you can't just randomly buy anything, but if you have a setup like this can too, it's a Chinese Bitcoin miner. That's where I bought it yesterday, not because I like the setup, like love the setup or anything. And you know, it's a very thin stock, it's not a big position, but I knew, you know, these types of stocks, when a sector gets really hot, these stocks can double and triple very fast. I've been doing this for a while. Like I know. You know, last time these like something like DPW, it's another getting pumped as a, or actually it's not getting pumped as a Bitcoin anymore or crypto play, but it used to be. No, it wasn't this one. IGC, was it IGC? Yeah, so this was one, no, this was a weed name. Okay, anywho, whatever. It's the same thing. You know, when a sector gets really hot, even some of these random shitty stocks, they can make enormous moves. Like IGC, look at this thing. Went from like 45 cents to 15 bucks. Now this is a weed name back in 2018, but you know, traders just want to find anything that's gonna be the next whatever. You know, people are looking at this Mara, Riot, which I by the way nailed. I can't believe how well these work. But you know, like when I bought Riot in the 4s, it's the same principle. And Mara when I bought it in the 2s. When a sector gets hot, these small ones can really go. And this Ante, this thing could go to 10 bucks. And if it doesn't work out, you take a small loss. If it works out, you're gonna have a big return. No, I'm not short bingo. I'm not in bingo. I wanted it to go to 5-6 bucks, 4-5 bucks. Yeah, BT. I was looking at it. It broke out here in the low 7s. I actually was looking at it, but I passed on it. I thought it was too illiquid. It was too illiquid, and then huge volume came in. I mean, absolutely enormous volume. It traded 60 million shares on the breakout day. If I had known that, I would have bought some. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These random, names. Once the sector gets hot, they're gonna go on high volume, gonna make enormous moves. ACY, what's this? Yeah, I don't see anything here. Do I have a full-size Roku short? No, I'm covered. I did have a full-size short, or almost. Do you think rare earth sector could get hot? It's already hot. Look at MP. This is rare earths. This is the main rare earth stock. It's tripled. Which was the symbol you mentioned? AREC. Sure, if volume comes in. Tiger, Futu. So these, both Tiger and Futu, these are like Chinese brokerage stocks. Yeah, too bad I didn't re-enter this Futu yesterday. Too bad it tested the 50-day. I would have really liked it to, if it had held the 20 and kept going. But yeah, it didn't. So Tiger is the same sector. Both are very explosive growth stocks. Explosive earnings and revenue growth. QLCOM, someone asked about it. It's an incredibly slow stock. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it. LU. Is it another one of these brokerage names? This thing has no growth though, but it is a recent IPO, so I'll put an alert on it. Maybe there is something next year on it. Will I still look through articles and research? Yes. Ozone. Guys, and especially if you're a struggling trader, when the market is closed, that's when the work starts. Okay? That's when the work starts. If you're not putting in hours and hours of work outside of market hours, it's hard. It's hard. You need to really work hard to be a profitable trader. Like, you can't be a mediocre trader. You can be a mediocre lawyer, you can be a mediocre doctor, you can be a mediocre firefighter, but you cannot be a mediocre trader. Okay? Because a mediocre trader doesn't make money. Well, you can, I guess, but you're not gonna make money. You're gonna lose money. And to get good at this game, you need to put in a lot of work. You need to put in a lot of work. So I used to put in a lot of work outside the market hours. Studying, past setups, studying market leaders from many other markets, reading articles, reading books, trading, finance. You have to absorb it all. Studying other traders, successful traders, what methods did they use? What principles did they have? Nowadays I don't do it as much, but I still do it. I can spend the whole weekend, just, reading and studying market-related stuff, trading-related stuff. But not as often as I used to, because, well, I don't need to put in as many hours anymore. Did David just agree with me? I need to screenshot this. David actually agreed with me. Let's see here. You have never, well, mediocre firefighter. Well, you can't, I guess you can't quantify it. I'm sure there are some. There are mediocre people in any field. That was my point. And my point was you can be mediocre at most jobs, but at trading you cannot be. Hey David, are you mediocre? David, are you mediocre? I don't even know what you work with. Hey David, do you have a job? Have you ever had a real job before, David? Or are you just going shooting your guns all day? Or are you good? Are you skilled? You worked at the CME when you were 20? Nice. Wait. CME when there were still like floor traders around? This Fiverr, if it can go sideways a few more days, tighten up a little bit about the 50, it could have a really good setup. That was your last job? Really? You haven't had a job since you were 22? Wow. You worked for some assholes? Very. Oh, this very looks good. Very tight. Yeah, wow, I like this one. This is a perfect looking setup. Look at how I made a big move, had an orderly pullback to the 10, bounced, then it had a pullback to the 20, and you know it's just very orderly. Look how nicely it's obeying these 10 and 20-day moving averages. Now it's building higher lows, getting tight. Very good setup. Too thin for me, so I'm not gonna watch it, but very good setup. DPW. Oh, okay. Should I rebuy this thing? Are there any other blockchain stocks that I'm not in that hasn't gone yet? BTBTO was a big miss. MSTR was a big miss. I had the opportunity to buy it here. I didn't. Hoover stock looks like shit. EBAN is I don't know. It looks sketchy. Ike is too low. SI I missed completely. NXT I'm in. ETHE, heck. If it breaks higher, I may buy some. Now it's actually more liquid also than it was down here where I, no, sorry, on this day here. All right. Wait, Celsius is actually gonna go to 100? Oh man, too bad. I even tweeted Celsius. Like when I bought it, I tweeted it. I tagged Celsius, their official Twitter account. Like if this thing goes to, if the stock goes to 100, like in the next year, I'm gonna only drink Celsius from there on. And they even liked the tweet. And maybe it's gonna go to 100 actually. It's halfway there. So it's already a double from where I bought it initially, and now it only has to double one more time. It's gonna be at 100. Yeah, FICC. Yeah, FICC also a growth stock to study. They had great earnings a few years back. Made a big move. So this is what, 2015? It went from like $20 to, well, it pretty much doubled. Went sideways, pulled back, went sideways, doubled again, pretty much, and went sideways for a year. I think it had a couple of hit pieces and stuff. And this one I remember this earnings report. I didn't buy it. I was looking at it and I didn't buy it. Had very good earnings, big beat revenues, beat EPS, had big like EPS revenue growth, and decent volume on this. Is a classic episodic pivot, like Pradeep teaches, earnings breakout. And yeah, it started a big move. This is what surprisingly good earnings do sometimes when a stock is coming off a long base like this fits. It had been going sideways for like 6 months, and then it had a surprisingly good earnings report, and this is what happens many times. This is why I think if you study earnings, like earnings surprises, there's a big edge there, big edge. If you find a few of those per year and you size accordingly, you can just trade one method. If I only could trade one method, it would be like earnings reports. Probably. Because they're so infrequent. You only get like 4 earnings seasons per year. So you don't have to sit there and trade all the time. What is Pradeep's P&L? I don't know. Pins, it's on the 50-day. Yeah, Pinterest, good example. It was coming off a lot of weakness. It had pretty much almost a year-long base. Then it had the good report, big. Well, I mean, it wasn't EPS-wise. There was no EPS since it's losing money, but it had a revenue beat and guided higher, and had enormous volume. This is key. It needs to have volume, okay? And look at the move. It pretty much doubled. And also a notable one I remember that I missed was Nvidia. What's going on here? Or Nvidia had several ones. The one I'm thinking about is this one here. Had been going sideways for like 4 or 5 months. This was already a big mover before. It had been going up for several years. Or actually, look at this one. Again, one. Really good one. Look at the volume here. Look at the growth. Well, the growth numbers weren't spectacular, but it had a big beat. Big EPS revenue beat. And big volume. That's the key. And then it had several episodic pivots. And another 2-3 perfect ones. You gotta find those. You're gonna get a bunch every single year. Wait, your grandfather used to trade the earnings reports? Really? Well, he's a smart man. Very smart man. There's a big edge if you do it right. Big edge. SFIX was also an episodic pivot. Yep. I was put off by the revenue growth. It was only 10%, but look at Beat. They reported 26 cents profit versus the analyst estimates of minus 17 cents. So yeah, and again, big volume. That was the key, really. And it didn't really go on the first day. It actually faded, but then it went. So yeah, it's one type of EP, but not my type of EP. I prefer when the earnings and EPS growth is both big. And Beely was another one. This was a combination of breakout and EP. This one we bought. We bought it perfectly. Opening range highs, $52. I bought 40,000 shares. I had a 50,000 share order. I only got filled on 40,000, and I sold a bit too early, and the stock was up 85% yesterday. Straight up. Big edge. Snap. Snap wasn't one of the best ones. It's an okay one. But yeah, enormous volume. So look at the volume. 10, 20 times the average volume. But Snap was good in that sense. It was very liquid. But it was not one of the best ones. The best one I traded this year was Fastly. This was the best one. When I bought it on the earnings here. Like $30 or so. This thing tripled in... it went to $100 in like 2 months. That's the best EP I traded this year. And Livongo was also very good. When they pre-announced in early April. Now the ticker doesn't exist anymore because they got bought out. But that one was also like a 300-400% mover or something. Why were the earnings good? Because they beat on EPS and revenue. They guided higher. And big volume. Gap up and big volume. Something they're all having, like some people think, oh, it's gapping up 10, 20, 30%. It's too late to buy. No, many times when a stock gaps up 10, 20, 30%, that's the start of a move that could be 200, 500%. And you gotta find those opportunities. Earnings season is the hunting ground. Gotta find them. You have even learned from Reno? What did you learn from him? Yeah, exactly. We all learn from. I've learned from so many different traders. Don't get fixed onto one thing or one way of trading or investing. There's so many ways. I try to as soon as I find someone is a successful trader, I try to figure out how do they trade, what do they trade, when do they trade. One of the more interesting traders I found this year is this Chris Camillo guy who was in the Market Wizards. He has a very interesting way to trade. Social arbitrage. Very interesting. And he's had very good returns over the past 10 years, 12 years. Beaten the market by a wide margin. I don't know if he looks at charts. I don't know. No idea. I don't think he does. You learn from Dane what a Texas hedge is and how to use it. What the hell is a Texas hedge? Is then a good setup? Yeah, oil gas name. It's the right sector. Yeah, sure. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, it's a decent looking one. Do I think Camillo? I don't know. I don't know. since he doesn't, I don't think he uses like stops in like the same sense. He's gonna stick with it as long as his like indicators show that the stock has demand. Like there's a lot of social media buzz. But he also used a lot of discretionary like filtering, like just because people are talking about something on the internet doesn't mean it's a good buy. Like he looks at a bunch of stuff to really find those perfect opportunities. Because anyone can look at Google Trends and everyone is talking about this stock. That's not what gives you an edge. You need something else. You need to look at many different things and Kohu, it's one of the I like this. It's a semi name. One of the stronger sectors right now. It's too thin, but it could be setting up. Maybe I'll buy some in my Interactive Brokers account if it breaks out next week. Maybe. You double up on the same side of the trade. Everything is bigger in Texas. It's called the Texas Edge. Sounds like a sound strategy. Oh yeah, I guess bingo was a miss today. I don't like these low price stocks, but yeah, this thing had some really perfect entries. Like when it retested VWAP, when it had its first crack, bounce and fail at VWAP and started building lower highs. This was a 5-star entry. This 280, high 280s, high mid 280s. This thing could go to $2 by Monday. Sub 2 even, maybe. So, your risk would have been, what, 20 cents maybe? To make $1? You can do a lot of size. You can literally trade a couple of million shares in this stock with a market order. You can do 1 million shares with a market order in this thing, and you won't move the price more than a penny or two. That's how liquid it is. $9 and $20 EMA because they work. Doesn't matter. 10 and 20 SMA, 9 and 21 EMA. It doesn't really matter, It doesn't really matter. They're the same thing, pretty much. Pretty much the same thing. Sometimes one works better. Sometimes the other works better. It doesn't matter. Like I use the 10, 20, and 50 SMAs mainly, but I know some people who use the 9, 21, and 65 EMAs. But there's really not a big difference. They work as well. Sometimes one works better. Sometimes the 65 EMA works better than a 50 moving average, but sometimes the 50 SMA works better than the 65 EMA. So it doesn't really matter. The point is to have one very fast moving average, one like a little bit slower, one that is even slower. Western Digital, well, it's going up. MU is going up also. What's AMD doing? AMD is actually flagging again. I sold the previous buy when I bought it here. I sold it when it lost a 10-day. I don't even remember where I sold it. But it's kind of setting up again, this AMD. It's getting slow though. 3 ADR, but and Nvidia too. This thing, it kind of trying to break down earlier this week a little bit. But this thing on a weekly, oh my god, this thing, it's so tight. It's incredible. Incredible tight. Do I look at gap or non-gap? It's always non-gap, pretty much. Yeah, maybe I'll... yeah, since I'm an options pro, I'm gonna do options on the AMD breakout. Maybe even in NVIDIA also. Don't do it. Hey, David! If AMD breaks out on Monday, which... and I think it could go to 120, 130 in January, which strike options should I buy? Like, I know which ones I should buy, but I want to know if you know which ones. Oh. You short options? Do a broken wing butterfly and lose half your streamers? I don't know what it is. Everything is better when it's done naked. I should do some naked calls? Naked puts? What should I do? Your main strategy is to get naked and trade? Yeah, naked trading. I've done it a few times. Or at least in my underwear, when it's really hot outside. And before I had an AC. Now I have an AC. But summer, what was it? Was it 2 summers ago? It was incredibly hot. It was just incredibly hot. It was tropical heat in Sweden. And I didn't have an AC. It was horrible. AC in the basement? Yeah, you can do it. No, that was a couple of years ago. I have an AC now. Jesus Christ, guys. You need to listen what I'm saying. But I do have a big AC unit on my boat. It's built in. There's AC in every cabin. Or AC outlets. Pretty good. I can't wait to test it. I want summer. Summer can't arrive fast enough. Do I need an AC in your castle? What's the alpha of trading naked? I don't know. Are you reverse cycle? I don't know what it means. No, it's not a... I do have 2 heating units also, separate heating units. I have an AC unit, or maybe even several. And then I also have 2 heating units on the boat too. So there's both heat and cold. I can't wait to test it. That was my point. Your account is up 100%. Nice. I need one of these. Village hat shop. Hey David, I have one of those. I got it from my friend like 2 years ago. I have a captain's hat. I have a similar one. I actually have one. YMCA. There's no such ticker. Oh, the hat. Why is that called YMCA? Is the hat called YMCA? You'll show me? Oh, you mean the song? Yeah, okay. I get it now. It's an American boomer joke. Yeah, it has to be a boomer joke since I didn't get it at first. Damn, the same view. LAC setting up. Yes, it's in my watch list. That means I really, really like it. Chumia. If this Chumia can go sideways a few more days, it's gonna be a really good long setup. The Brandy Love camo, yeah, I loved it. It was the best thing that happened to me. One of the best things that happened to me this year. Brandy loves wishing me a very milfy Christmas. What's the ADR? Yeah. Yeah, it's setting up. It looks good, but it needs more time. My watch list is always fluid. I'm always adding and removing names. If my girlfriend, yeah, of course I showed the Brandy Love video to her. Why wouldn't I? How do I find a hot sector? Well, what is the sector where a lot of stocks are going up 50, 100% in a few weeks? There you go. You have your hot sector. Yes, Can is a China. Is that breakout? Yes, the breakout was yesterday. How many times I watched the video? Probably 5 or 6 from start to finish. Yeah, she's very good. The formula for 1, 3, 6 month gainers is on the about page is do I even have the formula there? The about page. I only have the ADR. But yeah, I probably need to put more things on the about page. Can was like, I mean, look, I think you can buy Can today also, because it's kind of technically today it's breaking out on high volume. Yesterday was a little bit of a shit entry, but it's not crazy to buy today. It's right at the opening range highs right now, you know, just putting it out there. I'm thinking about writing some blog posts. Because the thing is, my blog is getting like, let's see here. Like on average, almost 100 visitors per day. So I think it would be good if I put more information out there. There's pretty many people. But I'm just so lazy. I'm super lazy. You should write a book. Yeah, I should. Nah, I don't know. A setup book maybe. A coloring book? Yeah. LAC start to move here. Fubo here. It's bouncing. It retested the breakout there. It's bouncing. Not really super exciting about it personally, but it could work. You know, this thing could very easily bounce back to 35, 40 bucks. Breakout in LC. Nah. It wasn't a good setup coming into this. Obviously, it's up because of some news, but yeah, it wasn't a good setup. Like, this thing wouldn't have been on your watch list, right? If you look at this thing, there's no reason for this thing to be in your watch list. NBR is another oil gas name. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. Oh, not really good, but you know, like it's building a range. It's starting to build a little bit of higher lows. If we can go sideways a bit more, build more higher lows, could be good. So the solar stocks are well, the solar sector is still leading. It looks like. LAC is not a great setup yet, but yeah, again, it needs a bit more sideways, I think. So again, it's a little bit mixed. Some things are really strong and keep just going higher. Some things are kind of sluggish still. Like if CrowdStrike closes like this, I'm gonna cover it probably before the weekend. Tesla is strong. I haven't sold a single share yet from the 654 entry or whatever it was, 65 maybe. It's nearing 10% now. Soxul going higher. GBTC. TNA is shaping up here. If it closes above the 10-day, I'm probably gonna cover it. TTD is weak. ARKG is still kind of weak. But it is building a potential higher low, so you gotta be aware of that. QS is really weak still. Hopefully it goes down another 5-7 bucks before the close. Yeah. DQ, it doesn't have a good setup yet. No, the good setup was down here when it broke out. I guess here was a decent setup when it had been tight for a few days, been building higher lows and just coming out of a base. This was a good setup. I did buy it like a day before, but now it's just it doesn't. I don't see a setup here. I don't. Should I do another tweet storm? You printed the last tweet storm? Really? Nice. I didn't realize I had many good things to say. So many smart things to say. So many interesting things to say. Okay, tweet storm over. Okay, guys, I'm out of ideas. I want to tweet storm more, but my brain is not able to come up with anything intelligent. I know some of you have given me suggestions on Twitter what I should tweet about, and I'll maybe do it. But right now I'm just toast. If Mara closes like this, I'm probably gonna get out of it. If it closes below the 10-day. And especially, you know, below this range here, this 1060 range. I'm gonna sell it if it closes like this. Okay, I need to catch up with the chat here. PSNL. I don't see anything here right now. Fuel cell, if I see a setup here, not yet, maybe in a few days. David, are you writing inspirational emails to your kids? Would you like me to write you one as well? Hey, David, are you gonna write me an inspirational email? Yes, please. Do it. It would be something like this. Chris, remember to follow your rules. Have a profitable 2021. Now fuck off, David. Oh, what a night. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very inspirational and motivational. I like it. Oh. Oh, looks like the cruise lines are catching a bit. They had a shake. Oh, you know what? These things are looking good. These look now they look even better. When you get an undercut and reclaim, that's very bullish. These cruise lines and this RCL, which was a laggard, is now leading. Okay. Yeah, definitely get ready to trade the different types of sectors. It was a long time ago I traded these. I haven't traded these cruise lines and airlines and stuff like that since like March, April, May. But yeah, a lot of these names are setting up. Oil, gas, gold related stuff. That's where I see the good looking setups. A lot of things are setting up in those sectors. Very interesting. With your shirt off. What's the UAL? UAL also looks pretty decent. AAL, DAL. Oh man, a lot of okay. This is a slower name. These are some slower names, but these airlines are starting to look good. Tight, very tight. Interesting. SPR, yeah, it's too thin for me, but yeah, it looks decent too. All right, guys. Yeah, Happy New Year, David. I'm gonna cut the stream now. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a great New Year's Eve and a great long weekend. Take care, everyone. See ya. See you on Monday.